Hello, welcome back to Lace with Literature,
your new favorite bookish podcast. I'm Emma.
and I'm Lexi.
And today we are going to be doing bookish this or that.
Bookish would you rather, if you will.
So we're going to do a mix of bookish things and cozy things. This is kind of a cozy episode. We're a little snowed in, but I braved the weather to drive to Lexi's. You might notice that we're on the same couch but a different location.
Yeah, I bought the same couch after I went to Emma's house for the first time because I was like, dude, I'm obsessed with this couch. And if you saw her TikTok, you can like rearrange the pieces of the couch.
Yeah.
It's so cozy.
For those of you that commented on the TikTok asking about the couch, I have clearly convinced others to buy it already. I love
the best
my
couch ever. It's so good.
But yeah, and if you're here from TikTok, any of our new followers, welcome. We're excited you're here.
I'm so excited. I was not expecting to get like 600 new followers from that one TikTok that I
feel
posted.
like people are like, that's not blowing up. But to us it is. We had 42 followers and we gained hundreds like overnight.
It was literally like 600 followers.
Yeah, we're so excited, like texting each other every time we get like one new follower, especially the bookish accounts. Thanks for following us.
Yeah, we have so many new book besties. I'm so excited.
Anyway, let's get right into it. So our first this or that is read with music or in silence.
Honestly, I mostly read in silence. Is that weird?
I don't think so. Like, I think I have like a really busy mind. I think I'm different than some people.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
I can't turn my brain off. So like I have to be doing multiple things. Like if I'm studying, this is kind of silly, but like I'll listen to Beethoven while I study.
Beethoven?
Yeah. Like I've been studying like all day yesterday. I was studying and I literally had Beethoven on. I was drinking tea and studying for my like instrument written for my pilot stuff.
Did you guys know that Emma's a pilot?
Yes, it's true.
We were like, do we need to...
we need to talk about ourselves more? Like,
I know.
Personal lives?
I feel like we should because, yeah, this is a bookish podcast, but, like, you guys don't know anything about us. And,
yeah.
I mean, our friends and family that are watching, of course, but all of our new book besties from TikTok, they don't know us.
Yeah, we need to do a little introducing me. So, I am a pilot. I'm in flight training right now. But, yeah, I have to study a lot, and then I'm reading a lot, so... like 90% of my life is reading. It's either about aviation or about dark romance or romantasy.
Emma has no chill. It's either flying or...
That's my escape.
I love that. I'm
trying to be like Fourth Wing and fly on the dragons.
Are you loving the dragons?
Yes, I just met them. They're so cool.
Which ones have you met?
Like they all came to the when the cadets like got there, they all like came and like hung on the wall.
Oh yeah.
And they burned some people. That kind of sucks, but
that kind of sucks.
The way she describes them though, like they're cool, and I think dragons are cool already. I'm like, you guys should have read mine and Lexi's text messages. Well, I don't remember what we were even talking about, but I was like, why can't like this, like why don't people actually have powers and stuff? Like why isn't this real? This makes me sad.
Right, it's like kind of depressing when you leave a fantasy world and then you're like, oh, back to reality.
It was about Avatar.
Shocker.
I finished it like a little bit ago and I'm like, I literally cannot stop thinking about it, and I was like, why am I so depressed? I was like, maybe reading books isn't good for me because I literally like that's all I can think about and that's all I want to do. And me studying on my kitchen table with my bookshelf right next to me is really fatal because I'm like I just want to read. I'm like there's whole other worlds right there and they don't have to be studying right now.
I feel that so deeply. Like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, I'm not studying right now, but like when I look over at my bookshelf, which is, you know, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm pointing, it's like over yonder. I think the same thing. I'm like, there are so many worlds just sitting on that bookshelf.
So much cooler than ours.
Right? It's like I want to go to one of those worlds.
We don't get anything. We don't get dragons. We don't get powers. Like, come on.
I know. Sometimes I sit at my bookshelf
Sucks.
and I'm just like, wow, I've read some really freaking cool stories and they're way cooler than the reality that we live in.
And like just thinking about the amount of people that don't read or are ignorant to it or like hate on you for reading fantasy or romantasy, I'm like, you must be so sad.
Right?
Like your life must be so dull. That might be so mean to say, but like, dude, I feel like a different person.
No, literally.
It's all I think about.
Also on that same text thread between us, I literally said that reading Akatar is a life-changing event. I was like, Emma, I fear that it's a life-changing event. It really is.
Yeah.
Like my life before Akatar and then my life after. It's like drastically different.
I'm gonna you guys can tell what books we like freaking stan, because like we talk about it constantly
Every episode.
but like Akatar and the Veiled Kingdom for me, like that has just shifted my whole perspective on reading, just on everything. Seriously, like it's consuming me.
I feel like people are just gonna know us as the girls that never stop talking about Akatar and the Veiled Kingdom.
Literally.
But since now that you finally finished Akatar, we can do a debrief episode.
Yes, if you guys want an Akatar debrief episode, we would love to do that, because it's literally all we talk about. Like all we talk
Also,
about.
I got my mom to start reading it. My mother is on the first book right now. She's like on chapter 30. She texted me. I'm so proud of her.
If you guys are watching our podcast and you have not yet or just started reading Akatar, I apologize for last week's episode. Katie, if you're watching this,
I'm so sorry, Katie.
Sorry. I did not realize how many spoilers we actually kind of mentioned without thinking that they were spoilers, because it's just like it's so normal to us.
Yeah, and like I know that I said, you know, warning, spoilers, and I did a countdown, but we also did not include a timestamp to skip to.
That will be included from now on.
Yeah,
that was my fault.
Sorry,
I do the
guys.
editing on these, so blame me.
Oops.
So yeah, we'll do from now on, if there is a spoiler or anything like that, we'll do a timestamp, or I'll just come in if you're not watching and you're listening. I'll do a little voiceover and be like, "Hey, skip to this this time." So
yeah, sounds like a good plan. Also, what was the question again?
Wait, I didn't even answer it. Come on. Read with music or silence. You said silence. And I didn't even finish. My favorite way to read is immersive reading, which we learned about last week. So audiobook with the physical copy. And then if you guys saw even like me on TikTok, since it's been snowy, I've been making a bunch, but I will literally put a video off of YouTube that's from like that book if I can find it. So like I'm reading Fourth Wing, so I looked up like Basgiath or whatever. So it was like a scene from that with like music and stuff. I'll do that, literally listen to the audiobook and have the book, and if not, I'll just do like that and read. But I love a good I love background noise. Like I can't sit in silence and read. I literally won't focus.
See, I'm kind of the opposite, because since we were talking about ourselves, I'm a pre-K teacher. I love when I get silence, because, you know, all day, every day at work,
Good screaming children.
I'm around screaming, crying children. And so at home, I love the silence. I can just sit in silence and read, and like I'm content in that, because I just get so overstimulated during the week. When I come home, I want no stimulation.
I guess the other thing with me too, talking about ourselves again, I have 3 cats. So if I am like not noise canceling, I literally have to sleep with noise canceling like in my ears, because I can't focus, because they'll be jumping on the counters or doing something they're not supposed to, and I would rather just tune them out and worry about it later.
You guys, there's nobody on this earth that could convince me to get a cat. I literally hate cats.
I love my cats.
Your cats are cute. I like your cats, but I could never live with a cat.
I don't know. I have weird feelings about other people's cats. Here, this or that, cats or dogs.
Dogs.
I thought I was a dog person until I stopped being delusional, and like just the smell of dogs, like ugh. Like I have
Hazel stinks.
If you're my nanny families, I'm so sorry, but your dog's breath stinks. Like dog breath just stinks to me. And like and they'll beg for food, so they're looking at you while you're eating, and it makes me completely lose my appetite. Like I tried to like be cool about it, but I'm literally gagging. Like I cannot stand dogs. And then like the dog I grew up with was basically a cat, and now that he's super old, like this is so sad, because he's probably gonna have to get put down sometime soon.
Are you talking about Desi?
Yeah, my family dog Desi, he has cancer. And
wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Desi has cancer?
Yep, we found out right before Christmas.
Stop.
We took him to the vet, and like they wanted to put him down, but we were like, selfishly, like we want to get through Christmas with him, and he's been doing a lot better, so we didn't put him down. But like maybe this is his last final burst of energy. Like I don't know, like we would rather him go naturally, but we don't want him to be in pain, like having cancer. He has cancer and dementia, and he's blind. Like he's like partially blind, and he's completely
Desi's out here going through it.
He's
man.
old, so he's a Bichon Havanese, and he's like 16 or 17. I might be wrong about that, but he's way outlived his life expectancy, and he's like this tiny little dog. Like, he looks like a shell of himself. He looks like a vulture now.
He does. He looks kind of scary whenever I go to your house.
All of his teeth are like falling out. Like, he looks awful, and he doesn't even like. He smells like death. And
this podcast took a really strange turn.
I love him, and like I used to be like best friends with him, but like he's just not my puppy anymore. He's so old.
Oh,
so I feel like I've mourned him already.
That makes me so sad. Like, thinking about, man, if I think about Hazel dying, no, I will cry right here on camera.
But my family cat that we had, like, it was pretty unexpected. Like, her passing away, she had a blood clot, and so her like back leg stopped working, and we took her to the vet, and they had to put her down, and it was like 1 a.m. and I had a big meltdown about it because like I just was not expecting it. And honestly, my 3 cats have gotten me through that a lot. Not that I'm like replacing her, but like they cuddle with me every night. They're just perfect. I love my cats. I can't stand cats that like will bite you for no reason though, and I don't feel like mine do. At least to me. Like,
I've never had someone's cat bite me, but the claws, man. I know that it's not humane to declaw cats, so that's fine. But they just sink their claws into me.
I like force Xander to cut their claws all the time. They're fine, but if they grow out even a little bit, it's annoying. But my cats have only ever really scratched me on accident, so. It's like when they're jumping off of you or something. Oh, wait. I don't even think we mentioned... Did we mention that Hazel's your dog? Did we talk about that?
I mean, I kept saying it. Yeah. As we mentioned, we're filming at my house today. So Hazel is upstairs locked in the office with my husband, Colton.
Hazel hates everyone, but she loves me, so I'm special.
No, literally. I can't have people over. Like, she's not a nice dog. However, she
has to send Hazel to her mom's house when we do, like, book club here.
No, literally, my mom dog sits because I can't have her running around with her unpredictable behavior. But she does love Emma, and then our other friend, Courtney, who is in book club, she is obsessed with Courtney. She likes Courtney's feet. Like, that's her bestie girl.
Oh my gosh.
She loves her.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me Hazel was like potentially a mean dog, like I wouldn't know. She's so sweet to me. I've not had an issue with her.
She's a good judge of character.
Oh, perfect. Anyway, that was a long talk about our cats and dogs.
All right, let's move on to question number 2. Would you rather read a series or a standalone?
Series for me. It's because I read so freaking fast. If it's a standalone, I cannot stand like having to start over, like meeting all the characters, falling in love with all the characters. But like then again, like some series I'm like they don't need to be a series, and I hate them like because they milk the story too much. But then some of them, like, I never want to end, like the Devil's Night series. That series, I ate it up, like, and I think that's like a significant amount of books. Like, I read all in Akadar,
oh my gosh,
stuff like that. Like, I love series because I can't get enough of like the storyline. But it's the same thing. Like, I don't like watching movies because I hate starting over. I would much rather watch a TV show.
I just don't have the attention span to sit and watch a movie. Like, I can't. I don't watch movies.
Yeah, I'm like scrolling on TikTok while I'm watching a movie or something. Like, I'm a hardcore iPad kid over here. Like, it was awful.
Same. So I feel like I don't actually have a preference like for a series or standalone. I love them both. I think that some series, like Throne of Glass, for instance, I put off reading for so long because it was so intimidating, because it's a long series with big books. That kind of scares me a little bit. I'm like, that's
maybe like a 3-book series is more ideal, like a trilogy or something.
Yeah, like a smaller series,
more digestible.
Totally fine.
That, to me, a trilogy is like the equivalent of probably a standalone to other people, because I read really fast.
Yeah, some series are very intimidating to me, but now that I've started Throne of Glass, like, I'm actually really excited to read all of them. But still, I'm reading books in between the Throne of Glass books. So Throne of Glass is the book
I've
that I started.
I've never done that before, and I did it with Akatar because you were talking about it, and I really enjoyed that.
Sometimes you just like need a little palate cleanser, and then you jump back into the series and like you love it just as much.
It's the same way, like,
more.
I can't DNF. Like, I don't know. I never could comprehend like pausing in the series. I was like, I'm gonna forget everything, because I forget a lot. But a short little palate cleanser, you're good.
Yeah, and I also feel like a good author knows how to refresh your memory in like the next book of a series without being too repetitive.
Because like realistically, those books came out years apart.
Exactly. So they did have to include like context for the prior books.
Like, remember, this is my sister.
The The Salacious Players Club series.
Yes.
So I just finished book 4 today, actually.
Those are good because they're interconnected standalones. So it's like a
That's
series.
That's really my favorite, I think.
Okay, yeah, I think we've broke ground here. It's like a series, but it's not. Like, they're all connected. And I think Salacious Players Club was one of the first. No, just kidding. It was like Twisted, Twisted Love. That series. But Salacious Players Club was one of the first ones that I read that I was like, man, I really don't want to read about this other couple. Like, you know, I really like this couple.
But it works every time.
Yes, and I was
so
like
good.
eating it up. I was like, wait, this is amazing.
Yeah, so I finished book 4 today, which is Mercy, literally 5 minutes before you walked in the door.
You finished Mercy? Wait,
I did.
Speak to me on it. Don't spoil it. But
it honestly was not my favorite. I rated it 3 stars.
That's where I stopped.
I could see why you stopped there, truthfully. It was not my favorite. The tropes, not really my favorite. I knew going into it, I was like, this is going to give me the ick, I think.
Yeah.
And also, I wasn't a huge fan of either of the characters, because book 1 makes
look
you
how
hate...
you didn't DNF it.
I know!
Because her writing is so good.
No, and I said this in my review on Fable. I would read, and I am going to read the rest of the series, because the author, her writing is just so good. Like, even though I didn't love the characters or the tropes, her writing is just so easy to read. It's so bingeable and addicting.
Yeah.
Like, I sat here and I read it in just a couple days.
Honestly, since we both want to read Keep Me, we need to read it and do an episode on, like...
Sarah Kate.
Yeah.
Do all things Sarah Kate.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do, like, deep dives on authors and deep dives on series.
We should totally do that. I love the Salacious Players Club series. I don't talk about it a lot because the premise of the series is, like, a little taboo.
It's like... It's only like an if you know, you know series. Like, you have to read it to understand how, like, good it is.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm an interconnected standalone kind of girl. So I guess it's kind of a little bit both. I like series and I like standalones.
Yeah. The next one. Okay, so here's a cozy question. Not really bookish, but hot apple cider or hot cocoa?
We should have had, like, mugs
I
for this
know.
episode with, like, our drink of choice. I guess I'm gonna say I'm a hot cocoa kind of girl. That's what I go for when it's cold out. Like, right now, we just got a huge snow ice storm last week. All of our schools were shut down, except I had to go back to work because private schools don't follow any rules. So I was risking my life going to work. But with the snow and being snowed in, literally could not leave. I just wanted some hot cocoa.
I don't know. I only like hot cocoa if it's made right. Like, it has to be very chocolatey. So.
And it has to be made with milk.
Yeah.
Don't give me no water in my hot chocolate.
Disgusting. Honestly.
Ew.
Disgusting. It's gross. I'm just so picky about hot cocoa that I might just say hot apple cider because I love spiced drink.
Hot apple cider, though, just reminds me of fall. Like, in the fall, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And then in the winter, I want the hot chocolate.
Yeah, I suppose. But I'm thinking, like, holidays. Maybe, like, right now. No, I would still go for the apple cider. I love fruit, too. Like, I just love fruity drinks.
Have you ever had a frozen apple cider, like
Yes,
a slushie
so
in the fall,
good.
like at the pumpkin festival?
Yep.
Good stuff.
I think that's where I had it for the first time was the pumpkin fest. It was so good. Oh, the pumpkin dumplings. Now I'm thinking about that.
Oh, by the way, we live in West Virginia, and we have this thing called the Pumpkin Festival. They got the best, and I mean the best pumpkin treats. I could, like, talk about this
Pumpkin dumplings is like pumpkin ice cream with basically the inside of a cinnamon roll. Like, the gooey part of the cinnamon roll.
It's so good.
It's so good. Now I can't stop thinking about it. My mouth is watering.
And it's literally January. That's so depressing.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to wait so long. Okay, wait, your turn.
Okay. Our fourth question... This is interesting because my opinion's changed on this recently. Would you rather read one book or multiple books at a time?
Would I rather? It would be one book, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like I'm reading multiple books at a time.
If you would have asked me this question, like, even a few months ago, I would have been like, one book at a time.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that you're saying multiple.
Reading multiple books at a time is criminal. And, but now, I have been reading multiple books at a time, but not like on the same platform. So like if I'm reading one book, a physical copy, then I'll read a second book
like
on
book
audio.
For audio.
Exactly. I need a car book. And also my afternoons at work are a little bit more freed up. So like when I'm cleaning the classroom or something, I'm listening to an audiobook. Or doing like admin work at school, I'm listening to an audiobook. So that's going to be different than what I'm reading at home.
Yep.
So I'm pretty much always reading 2 books at a time now, and I never ever thought I would do that. But it's not going to be like 2 physical copies of a book. I do still think that's a little criminal.
I do that too. I finished Text. We talked about the last 2 episodes. Today was supposed to be book club, but we had to cancel it because of the snow.
Yeah, Emma was kind of crazy and just came out here anyways, even though we got 6 inches of snow last night.
I grew up on a mountain. Like, I'm not scared of driving in the snow, and I was also going a little stir crazy trying to study, and the fact that I had 2 workout classes scheduled today that got canceled, and then book club got canceled. I was like, I need an outlet today. Like, please get me out of the house. But yeah, so Hex, the audiobook, hated it. So I was reading the physical copy.
I was not expecting the southern accents in that book when I listened to the audio.
It wasn't even the southern accent that got me. It was his like New York accent. I was like, ugh. I don't know.
Yeah, they both kind of gave me the ick.
The southern was overdone too, because like we know southern accents. We live in West Virginia. Like, I don't know.
They sounded very just like hick.
it sounded like she's not actually southern. She's just like pretending to be. It was not genuine. I felt like it was way overplayed. But it wasn't really that. It was more the New York accent, and then everyone else's voices. I don't know. I was not digging it. So I did the physical. I did the physical book, and then obviously I'm reading Fourth Wing on audiobook because it's the dramatized audio. So good.
I have not listened to the dramatized or the graphic
really
audio of Fourth Wing, but now I kind of want to. I kind of want to before Onyx Storm comes out. Maybe that'll be like my car book the next couple weeks. Yeah.
I really love the dramatized audio with the physical copy, and like finding where there's differences, because the dramatized audio leaves out things like instead of saying like, oh, it made this loud growling sound, like
you hear it instead of reading it.
Yeah, like the dragon or something, you would just hear it. So it's cool to like, sometimes I'm like, why'd they leave that out? Like, that description was so good, but it's like you're listening to it. Yeah. So like that's where I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm listening and reading at the same time, but it's not always practical. So like it's still good to be able to like listen to that in the car and stuff. The only thing with the dramatized audios is they don't have like, they're not broken up into chapters. So you have to figure out where you are, which just sucks. Like, it's like part 1 and 2 and 3, and it's like that's it for the whole first part of the book or whatever, and you don't really know where you are.
I struggled with that whenever I was doing my reread of ACOTAR.
Yeah.
I was like going back to the physical copy after listening to it, and I was like, where am I at?
That's what we were talking about, like with the Fable, with ACOTAR, when we were trying to go back on Fable and like put notes in for the chapters. I was like, I don't have no idea what chapter this was, so I'm just gonna guess. But moving on, we have one POV or dual POV. I think dual. I love hearing it from the other side.
Yeah, I think I do too. I would rather have a dual POV just because I think you get a lot more insight into both characters. Cause
like, I want to hear both of their inner monologues, you know?
Yeah, like sometimes some books I wish that you also got the guy's perspective.
Like, what is he thinking?
Right? Gosh, not to talk about ACOTAR again. I'm
and
so
I
sorry.
Love that
but
it makes the characters so much more dynamic. Like, just knowing, like, oh, the guy has feelings, too. He thought of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I would die for Reese POV, which we kind of actually purchased one. Did you guys know that there is a person that wrote, like, a fanfic and then binded the book, and we bought it. It hasn't gotten here yet. We ordered it from TikTok Shop, but it's A Court of Mist and Fury, Reese's point of view. So it's not...
We can do an episode on it.
Dude, we literally should. So it's not by the author. Like, Sarah J. Maas did not write it, but I saw somewhere that she said she read it, and that if she were to do a Reese POV book, that it would have been done like that. She said that person, like, did an amazing job at capturing, like, his point of view and her writing style. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, so definitely dual POV because I need both sides in a romance. Okay. Long or short chapters?
I have a very opinionated opinion about this.
Oh, okay.
Short chapters. I hate long chapters because if you're reading and you're like, just one more chapter, like I could get through it so much faster with the short chapters. And then also if it's like long and you're trying to go to bed and you're like, oh my gosh, this chapter is dragging on and I can't get to the end and I really want to go to bed, like I have to stop on a chapter. I feel like I hate stopping. Like it's like a good stopping point for me, like little check marks. But I hate long chapters. They kind of annoy me a lot.
100% agree with everything you just said. That was like exactly
Thanks.
what I was gonna say, so I'm not gonna keep rambling about that. Short chapters all the way. I think long chapters are criminal.
Yeah.
Authors, stop writing long chapters, okay? Just quit.
Yeah. Break it up. Next one is early bird or night owl.
We're opposites.
Yes, we are.
I'm very much an early bird. I have been getting up or the sun rises since my freshman year of high school.
I mean, I get up early pretty often because I have to, but I hate it. I'm not a morning person. I'm such a night owl. I mean, even the other night I stayed up till like 4 a.m. just like reading text.
Yeah, you texted us in book club at like 3:30 in the morning and I was like, what? Like, I'm in the depths of my sleep.
I
like,
need to start notes of things I want to tell Lexi, but it's past like 9 p.m. and I can't.
Y'all, I go to bed so early. Like, I just have had this joke with my friends for years that like I'm always the grandma of the group. I am in bed at 9
Not even
and I'm
that. You
asleep
take
at 9:30.
naps in the middle of the day.
I have narcolepsy.
No, but I texted you. I texted her today. I'm like, are you conscious? Because I need to tell you something. And she, like 2 hours later, she's like, I'm up now.
And Emma said, oh, welcome back.
I said, welcome back. I was like, go read my review of Hext.
No,
Also, our TikTok is popping off.
I sleep more than I'm awake, if we're being honest.
I just miss
I've
you.
been
You need to be awake more.
I've been doing so good, though, at not taking naps. I don't know what happened. Like, we were off...
Because I bug you.
No, literally. Okay, so I've been
Lexi.
off school for 3 weeks. So we had a 2-week-long Christmas winter break. And then we got that snow and ice storm. So then I was off school for like another several days. So it was like 3 full weeks. And in those 3 weeks, I didn't take a single nap, Emma. Not one.
Oh my gosh.
I was texting you a lot.
She's a new lady.
Yeah, okay.
I'm rubbing off on you.
So then
me and Xander were talking last night. I was like, I need to give you some of my awakeness and you need to give me some of your sleepiness. That's me and you too.
No, literally.
That's why we fit. I'm like, I need to take some of my energy.
That just reminded me of our aura rings and how we have an aura circle and I get to see your sleep scores. I'm such a creep. So
she'll text me. She's like, sync your aura.
I need to see your sleep score. Be like, Emma, you didn't sleep good last night.
I haven't been paying attention to mine. They're probably really low.
Oh, I'm such a creep. But yeah, anyways, I'm very much an early bird. I get up early.
It wasn't bad last night, but 6 hours of sleep.
Bro.
Sleep score was 74. I have really good recovery because I'm so used to not sleeping. But maybe that's awful.
What was mine? Can you see mine?
Yeah, sure. Oh gosh, yours was 76. Look, mine was just 2 points lower than yours.
Wow, I must not sleep good.
You probably don't have good recovery because you're still sleepy in the day.
No, I have a horrible
That's probably
recovery
what it
score.
is.
Yeah, okay.
My recovery is like really high.
So I get up early. I pretty much always need a nap, but I've been getting better about it. And then I will go to bed normal. Like, granted, last night I did take NyQuil because I'm starting to get sick. So I got home from work yesterday.
Not again.
I got home from work and I took a 2-hour nap. So I slept from 5 to 7. And then I woke up, had dinner, and then I took NyQuil and went back to bed for the rest of the night.
I just have too much to do. And like, I feel like sleeping is such a waste of my time. I wish I didn't have to do it.
See, but you're also still in school. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not in school anymore. All I do is
probably
work.
would still feel that way. I hate sleeping. But I've also...
I love sleeping. I'm like, if I could sleep for the rest of my life, I
I've
probably
had a
would.
bad relationship with sleep my whole life, though. Like, I have such a hard time falling asleep. I hate being asleep. No, thank you. And I either have like nightmares or no dreams at all, so it's just boring. Like, I'd rather be reading.
Sleeping is boring.
I sound like a toddler.
You literally do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just can't stay up very late. But the thing is, I love nighttime. Like, it's so cozy. Like, right now, I'm loving these vibes. I feel like my house is really cozy at night with just like all the soft lighting and things. I love the vibes of nighttime. I just can't hang. Like, I literally have a doormat that nobody pays attention to or reads.
I never do.
At my front door, there's a mat that says... Wait, what does it say?
It says like, welcome here, leave by 9 or something.
Yeah, it's like, come on in, but leave by 9 or something. But nobody ever leaves by 9.
The first time Book Club came over here, she had that, and we left at like midnight.
No, guys, there is a picture of me from our first book club laying on this rug.
On the ground.
I'm on the ground. I'm unwell. I'm about to pass out. It's midnight. Everyone's still at my house.
I didn't read the doormat. Go out there and read it.
Okay. Our next one. Would you rather read one genre for the rest of your life or lots of genres?
For the rest of your life?
Well, I guess I added that. Would you rather read one genre or multiple genres? I guess the rest of your life was a bit dramatic. It doesn't actually say that. I kind of just added it. I just a little bit extra like that.
So for entertainment, I would say one. I think the only other time I read multiple genres, if you will, is because I read so much about aviation. I kind of forgot that I do that. I literally, if you guys know anything about aviation, just these stupid big fat books of all the aerodynamics and rules and all these things. Like I logged some of those books in my Goodreads last year. I'm like, I did read them.
Yeah,
I need to get credit for that, and that was much harder to read than these other books. So I'm like, yep, I'm putting that in there.
See, I'm already getting tired. Like, what time is it? Like
6:30. Girl,
and I had a nap today. Okay. I'm gonna say multiple genres, but I feel like all of my genres all stem back to romance. So I either read romance, just plain old romance, or a fantasy romance, so romantasy, or a dark romance. So like I read within 3 genres mostly, but they're all technically romance. Yep. I consider them separate genres though.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like I have my thriller romance, my dark
I do
romance.
like thrillers too. And my thrillers, like I've enjoyed a few Frida McFadden books, and those are not romances. They're just plain old thrillers. Aside from that, though, I haven't really ventured out into other genres yet. I love.
Before I got into adult reading, I was really into thrillers and, like, scary books and stuff. Like, that was my thing.
I read stuff like that in middle school, like haunted, scary, like ghost books.
That was me in middle school and like a good bit of high school. And then when I read the Selection series, it changed my life, and that's why the Selection book, I brought it up before. That's like my love book. I love that book. That just kind of sparked my love for reading. I think before I enjoyed reading, but I didn't like love it. Like now it consumes me. Tea or coffee?
I'm a coffee hater until the day that I die. I don't like it. I want to like it though is the thing. I love like the aesthetic of like people going to coffee shops and like everyone getting their daily coffee, and I just hate coffee. I think it's disgusting. I've tried to get like a super sweet like chocolatey Starbucks coffee. No. I just think coffee is so bitter and gross. Like I could rant about this forever. I genuinely hate it.
I love coffee. But I don't like the way it makes me feel, and I'm also really trying to wean off of caffeine because clearly we know that I have enough energy on my own. And I'm really trying to like eat cleaner and trying to cut down my caffeine intake. I'm literally just trying to be more healthy this year, especially. But I've gotten really into tea lately, and I'm loving it. Like, I'm going out and buy mugs. Like, I love it. It's so fun, and I love...
What kind of teas are you liking? Because so for our July book club, it was like a combined book club for my birthday.
I had never had tea before, besides, like, the sweet tea, iced tea that you get from restaurants or whatever.
Me neither, which is why I wanted to do, like, the Bridgerton-themed tea party for book club, and so we all brought different types of teas, and I thought they were all really gross.
Yeah, I didn't like them either. And then, so I just thought I didn't like tea at all. Honestly, I used to drink this tea. It's by Yogi, and it's throat comfort. And I would drink it when I got sick. When I used to do show choir, I used to be, like, really into performing. When I would sing and stuff and my throat would hurt, I would drink that tea, and it was, like, my holy grail, and I would drink it every day. And I was like, well, I don't want to just drink throat comfort tea every day.
Throat comfort tea. I do love the medicine ball tea at Starbucks. Yes,
so that's the other tea I love.
Amazing.
So that's why I was like, you know, recently I saw that tea is like really good for you, and it's like so many benefits to detox and all this stuff and whatever. And I'm trying to cut out caffeine, and like the tea only has like 15 milligrams of caffeine. Like it's super low. I think it was 15. I have to check. But then I started drinking tea recently, and anything by the Yogi company like brand from just getting those tea bags, I've been obsessed with. And we just got a Keurig for Christmas, and I haven't liked the coffee. I bought like 5 different kinds of pods. I like coffee from like stores, but it's so expensive. I can't afford it, and I don't like the way it makes me feel. So I'm like, I'm giving up on this. I'm gonna start making tea, and it just makes me feel so much better. And I also saw that green tea and black tea is like really good at helping you like lose weight and stuff, and I'm trying to get skinny.
I like those teas like mixed with things. Like when Starbucks had the peach green tea lemonade, I love that.
I should try that.
I do
doctor them up. Like I put honey in them, and I don't think I'm crazy. So I thought I hated tea because I don't like green tea. I don't like the iced tea, sweet tea, whatever. And I still don't like the Yogi green tea, but I added cinnamon to it, which is probably criminal. And it was so good though. Like that's the only way I can drink it now. I just loved spiced drinks. If you put spices and stuff, I'll drink it. You
know what I love? Chai tea.
Yes, I love chai, but I didn't realize it was spicy until
I like a sweet chai. If I get a chai that's overly spicy, I kind of hate that.
Well, I've always done like at Starbucks, I'll do the chai latte, so it's with the milk, and then I'll do the sweet cream on top.
Yeah.
Like the sugar cookie or the pumpkin sweet cream is like amazing. But I didn't realize that chai generally is actually spicy. And when I went to Vegas for a convention, I was like, oh, I want chai tea. I love chai. And I got it, and I was like, why is this so spicy? And then I realized that's real chai. It literally tastes like
one of those cinnamon candies. Like I always have to get, if it's
it was spicier than that. Like I was like I was burning.
Yeah, you gotta get like a vanilla syrup or something.
And I love spiced drinks. I love cinnamon, but I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, Starbucks has the best because theirs is not spicy at all. Because they make it with milk, and then you can get the sweet cream. Yeah.
Anyway, that's my spiel on tea.
Also, talking about coffee and tea, I grew up Mormon, and Mormons are not allowed to drink coffee and tea. Yeah. So I also think that like not drinking that for 18 years of my life, I don't know if that has to do with me not liking it.
Yeah.
I think I would have to build a tolerance.
I think there is a tolerance for it. I don't even think I mentioned this. I used to love coffee. Like I would drink straight up whatever coffee you wanted, as bitter as possible. Like I loved it.
Ew.
And then when I started getting really into the gym, I got on energy drinks. And before that, I was like, my heart will explode if I have an energy drink. I can't drink one. Well, I started drinking them, and I got addicted to them. And so then they were so sugary and sweet, and I was so used to that I stopped drinking coffee. And then I was trying to get back into coffee, and then like all of this happened. But like I still like it. I think I'll just drink it on occasion now. But I really don't want to have any more caffeine. I haven't bought a single energy drink since before Christmas.
I've also cut out energy drinks because I used to be a big Alani Nu girl.
Yeah.
I love Alani's, but I've quit drinking them because they really are so bad for you. Like, they really get my heart racing. Like, I already have anxiety. I cannot do with a higher heart rate. Like, my heart will give out.
I'll probably only drink one, like, if I really needed it, like, for a road trip or something, because I drive a lot. But
Colton is obsessed with energy drinks. We always have them in the fridge because he's studying.
I can't. If they're in the fridge, I'm going to drink them.
My husband's in medical school, and so his full-time job is to literally study, so he needs those energy drinks to, like, be able to study for 10 hours straight. I don't know how he does it.
I need a study sesh with Colton because I need some help studying.
No, literally, he lives up in our office. He pretty much never comes out. Because then when he does take breaks from studying, he's playing video games. And that's also up there in the office. So he lives in there.
I have a really good memory. And, like, I'm good at studying when I do it. But, like, I have such a hard time focusing and getting things to stick in my brain. But once they are sticking in my brain, like, I have really good memory at that point. So I don't know. I never really had to study in high school. The biggest thing with college is I've had to learn how to study. I'm like, this is actually hard stuff. So
yeah, Colton, like, it took him a while to find, like, a study method that worked for him. Yeah. It definitely takes time.
I'm a flashcard girly. Love flashcards.
I really did not have a degree that required studying at all. Like, my degree in college was early childhood education, and it was more so a lot of field work. So, like, I did a lot of hours in classrooms and then writing a lot of papers. I never had tests in college. Like,
what sucks
I
with
did
the
not study
flight school, like, I do flight school and I get a college degree with it. So, like, I'm literally doing real college classes and flight school. I wish there was, like, some separation with that because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and like, you have so many minors because you just have to keep taking classes.
I have 5 minors. That's a whole nother story. But I have 5 minors right now. Marketing, psychology, communications, management, and I just added geography. So
geography.
Yeah, geography. I'm going to learn where everything is.
My minor was in psychology, too. I love how the brain
I love
works.
psychology, which is funny because I remember taking a sociology class and we were talking about how to study, and I was like, I'm never going to use this, and I'm literally using it now.
Look at you.
I know.
Need to
I
know how
literally
to
started
study.
using that in college.
All right, let's go back to our would you rather. Our next question is hardcover or paperback.
I like the look of a hardcover better, but I would rather read a paperback.
I'm a paperback girly through and through. I actually hate hardbacks, if I'm being honest, and I feel like a lot of new releases only come out in hardbacks, like Onyx Storm.
I hate
hardback.
that the third book
Emily Henry's last 2 books came out in hardbacks.
true.
It drives me nuts. I'm like, I don't want a hardback.
I hate that the third book of the Crescent City series is only hardback. So, like, I have the first 2 in paperback, and they're way, like, smaller. Like, the sizes are, like, vastly different. And then the third one is a huge old hardback.
Right? Like, keep them all the same. That drives
Yeah.
me up a wall.
And honestly, if you're going to release them, I feel like you should release paperback first. I don't know why.
I think that their idea is like, oh, it's like a new special edition. Because, like, special
Yeah.
editions are usually hardbacks.
That's why I say I like the look of a hardback better. They're usually special edition. Usually if you get sprayed edges, it's a hardback. I just think they're prettier. So, like, if I've already read the book and I'm buying one for a shelf trophy, I'll maybe go for the hardbacks.
Yeah, there's just something about a floppy paperback. I love reading.
Yeah,
a
I don't
floppy
like
paperback.
I don't think I could sit there and, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to read Fourth Wing hardback, but that's a big reason why I'm audiobooking it too, because I'm, like, not digging the hardback.
Yeah.
And I hate the way you hold it. Like, I don't know. I have those rings. If you've seen them, you put them on your thumb and you hold the paperback. Do you not have them?
I don't have
You
one.
freaking need them. They're amazing. I think I have multiple. I'll give you one.
Okay.
But you, like, put a little ring on your thumb and you can hold the book with it, and it's amazing.
See, I totally need that because
Yeah.
I hate having to, like,
Yeah,
hold
my
it like
hands
this.
cramp up.
No,
Those
literally.
thicker books, my hands cramp up. You're going to need it when you get to Kingdom of Ash.
Yeah, okay.
look at
I'll totally
Thickums.
take one. Thickums. I love
My
that.
cats like to steal them and play with them, so I'll have to probably find them. But I think it came with, like, 4. I definitely don't need 4.
Nice. Okay.
The next one is ebook or audiobook.
I am an ebook girly. I love audiobooks, don't get me wrong. I listen to audiobooks like almost every day. But there's just something about reading on my Kindle. I fly through books on my Kindle. I love my Kindle case. I got it for Christmas. It has like a little strap that I can stick my hand in so I can read like laying down. And I also have my what's that
The
called?
clicker or the arm?
Yeah, I have the arm and the clicker for my Kindle, so it makes reading in bed really easy. And then I also have what Sarah got me. It's like that little fluffy pink pillow
Yeah.
that you can put snacks in.
got, like,
It's
a
a bowl.
bowl, yeah.
And then it has the Kindle arm. So I just feel like reading is so much easier and more convenient like laying down with the Kindle because it's really hard to hold like a physical.
Yeah.
And then also I can't just like lay on my couch and listen to an audiobook. Like what would I look at? Like I would just be looking at the
do
ceiling
that.
listening
Honestly,
to my
I will literally
audiobook.
sit there and just, like, play it and just sit here and be like,
See, I can't do that. I think that's why I'm an ebook girl. Like
Here's
I need
my
my
thing.
Kindle.
I love the idea of an ebook, and I used to read them all the time, like, especially in middle school and high school. And now I feel like I don't have the attention span for it. I need something to fidget with. Like, I will lay in bed, I'll put my I have the Kindle arm, I have the clicker, I'll put all that up, and I'll just be sitting there clicking, and I'm like, I need something else to do. Like, I need to turn a page, or I need to be, like, listening. Like, I need more stimulation than that to, like, read. But you like to read in silence, so there's that. Like, it's probably more calm for you.
It is.
I'm more of an audiobook girl. I would pick audiobook and physical copies over Kindle most of the time.
And I think I would pick Kindle and audiobooks over physical copy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the aspect of KU. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, there's actually so many.
I didn't realize
Good
how
and popular
much is
books on
KU.
there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
KU's poppin'.
Ooh, I like this one. Okay, would you rather live in a fantasy book or a romance book?
Fantasy, but I'm gonna fall in love, so.
So, off the top of my head, I want to say fantasy. However, I'd be the first to die in a fantasy book.
I'm thinking that, like, reading Fourth Wing, I'm like, I would not survive this.
I wouldn't have been able to walk across the parapet in in Fourth
I
Wing.
have awful balance.
I wouldn't have even made it.
I would have died right off the bat. I would have been shaking too bad.
Yeah, because like all of my favorite male main characters are all from fantasy books. So I'm like, obviously I want to go to a fantasy book. I want to meet these men. But at the same time, I would die. Right. I would not be able to go to war. I wouldn't be able to fight off all these bad people. Like, I would not survive. So, like, the smarter answer would be to just go to a romance novel. But I just can't think of one off the top of my head, just a plain old romance that I would like. Can it be darker?
I would go there.
Which one?
I'd like an interesting life, you know? That'd be cool.
I'm thinking Mirror Maze, Haunting Adeline.
I would not want to be in Haunting Adeline. I love
that would scare me.
But no. Maybe I want a masked man. Lights out. I don't know.
Man,
so funny.
I would love to meet Josh. I would love to meet Josh. Oh my god. No, I think I would do that.
I'm like looking at yourself for inspo.
Imagine we had a stalker.
I would be so scared.
I would die. Like, that would scare me so bad. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Imagine getting like kidnapped. That would, scary.
Okay, so
I'm the most paranoid person, and then at the same time I'm like, oh, you're gonna kidnap me?
Actually, same. I used to live alone in college. I had an apartment all by myself, and no, it was terrifying, Emma. Oh. Terrifying, worst experience of my life. I could not even enjoy my time at home. Like, I couldn't. I was so scared.
And we know how much you love being home. You're like,
right. And so I was like always on fight or flight mode. Yeah. Like, I just thought that. Also, my apartment was out in the middle of nowhere. It was like on a country road, and so I just always was afraid that somebody was gonna like stalk me and break in. Now I'm like, ooh, gonna stalk me?
Please don't stand outside my window.
Dark romance
rose on my nightstand.
Ooh, where'd that come from?
The pearl from my necklace.
Okay. So yeah, I guess smart answer would be a romance book, but like fantasy through and through. If you had to pick a fantasy book that you would like want to live in, what would you choose?
I mean, I would say ACOTAR, but like there's a lot of war going on. Like, that'd be kind of scary, you know? Like they're brewing up another one too. They're not done.
Every fantasy book though has like a war in it of some sort.
Let me think here.
Like, I know you're not far into Fourth Wing, but like there's a lot of battle in that whole series too, so I don't know. My top men from fantasy books are in ACOTAR and Fourth Wing, so it'd probably be ACOTAR. I would just like stray away from battle.
Can I just have powers? That'd be so fun. Would you rather only read new books or only reread books?
This is such a hard question. Like, genuinely so hard. How many times are we going to talk about ACOTAR? I don't think I could live the rest of my life without being able to read those books. Like, genuinely, I could not. So I think that maybe I would choose reread because I can't imagine living the rest of my life not being able to read those.
I have a really hard time rereading things, and like same thing with movies. Like, I cannot rewatch movies. I'm probably like the worst kind of person around the Christmas time movies, because I like certain movies I hate because I've seen them so many times. Like Elf, like I've seen it way too many times, and I'm like, I hate like rewatching movies. So, and like you're forced to watch it every year in school and stuff, and I'm like,
I'm kind of like that too, except with my favorite movie. My favorite movie ever is Redeeming Love. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I think so.
I could watch that over and over again. I cry every single time, but that's like one movie that I can actually like sit through.
I'm trying to think of what that is, because I feel like I have watched that.
I have the book on my shelf too. It's like a Christian romance, but it's like the guy's a Christian and he like comes across this prostitute in his town.
Yes, that was such a good movie. And like at the end, she's like walking off in the field. Okay, I remember that.
Yes.
I was like, what is that? I have watched that one like 2 or 3 times actually.
Same.
I watched it. I made my family watch it, and I probably watched it a few more times.
It's such an emotional movie.
That movie is so good. I totally forgot about that movie. I love that movie.
I want to read the book too, because I think the book would hit so much harder. And like I sobbed during the movie.
Oh, you haven't read it and you have it?
Yeah, it's on my bottom shelf
over
there.
That would be so good.
I feel like we've been staring at my shelf a lot this episode.
I know.
If you guys are watching this like on YouTube, we are staring at my new bookshelf.
We're trying to like get book inspo. It's gonna be so bad if we like ever do a podcast in front of my bookshelf. We've been talking about kind of setting up chairs there and doing a podcast. I'm like, we're gonna be turned around the whole time. Like, what book?
Yeah. I do think we need to do that. We need to get like cute podcast chairs and do a whole setup there, because your bookshelves are stunning where they like take up the whole wall. It'd be a great backdrop for a podcast
over there. All right, so, and mine would obviously be only read new books. So the last one is Booksta or Book Talk. This is sad news, guys.
Yeah, we put this one last because is TikTok actually getting banned? Do you think it's going to get banned?
What's going on? I like we're both trying to be delusional about it, but like I feel like it's real and it's stressing me out because like our Book Talk is just now picking up and it's got a lot of followers. I mean, we were talking about at the beginning, like a lot of people have joined from there. And it's just such a good outlet for this kind of thing. And I know for a lot of other book talkers, let alone the people that make their livelihood off of
so
TikTok.
Many people literally like survive off their TikTok income.
There's there's people I even know personally that are like that. And it's just like, it sucks if that's something we're going to lose. So we love Book Talk, but if it does go away, please follow our other socials. They're all going to be linked in the description. We'll probably be posting a lot on Instagram. And if there's another platform we are all moving to, please follow us there and let us know what it is as well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of book talkers are like, follow me on my other socials in case Book Talk gets taken down. But people are saying that they hate Instagram. So they're like, what socials are we going to? I'm like, Instagram's like the next best in my opinion.
I don't like Instagram for the reels, but like, what are we going to do? What's the plan?
Yeah, so our plan, go follow Lace with Literature on Instagram. That's probably where we're going to be if TikTok gets taken down. I'm a Book Talk girly. I would choose TikTok over Instagram any day.
TikTok is my favorite social platform, so it's like so sad. And I have thousands of videos saved for different occasions in my life. I'm like, I need these for later.
See, I'm just so now starting to like come to because I've been staying delusional, but I'm like starting to actually comprehend the idea of TikTok getting banned.
I didn't until last night, and I feel crazy. Like I'm like, ugh.
I also have so many funny things saved on there. If I'm in a bad mood, I tell you what. You know what I do? I go to my own account and go look at the things I have reposted.
Yeah,
I will sit and cackle for hours. Like,
dude,
that can't be taken from me. But also, we briefly talked about this before we started filming. I feel like TikTok is just one of the only social platforms where you can just authentically be yourself.
Yeah.
Because I will post things on TikTok that, like, I would probably never post on Instagram. I don't know. I just feel like I can do that. Like, you have the freedom to do it on TikTok.
Genuine and fun, and, like, there's no pressure, I feel like. But
yeah, and people just get on there and just talk. And, like, people don't really do that on Instagram. Yeah. Instagram is very much, like, highlight reels.
Yeah.
Like, show the best parts of your life. And I feel like a lot of people show the in-between on TikTok.
Yeah.
Also, I was one of those TikTok haters when it came out, okay?
Me too.
I refused.
Me too. I didn't have it all through COVID. Like, I didn't get it until 2021.
Same. I refused to download TikTok the first year of its existence. During COVID, I did not have TikTok. I did not. And I refused. I was like, I'm not going to download that. I'm not going to be like everyone else. And then I finally downloaded it, and now it's like my favorite social platform.
This is another thing with like our short attention spans, but I research everything on TikTok. Everything. I'm like,
oh yeah, if I have a question, I don't go to Google. I go to TikTok.
Even if I'm like if I'm like, oh, I have a headache or I have this weird symptom, I'm gonna look it up on TikTok.
What does this headache mean? Yeah, because Google just tell you you're pregnant.
It's like you're pregnant or you're dying.
And TikTok's gonna actually help me. Like it's not gonna tell me I'm pregnant.
I learned so much from TikTok. Like, we sound crazy, but it's like it's so good. Like there's just so many things. I feel like it's one of the only social platforms that has every single like outlet on it. So like
and
easily
also
and
they
reachable.
have the best algorithm. Like anybody can go viral on TikTok.
Yeah, I love that.
Anybody. Like, and I feel like on other platforms like Instagram, like you have to have a following already in order to use that. I feel like you don't usually grow on Instagram.
And I love the curation of TikTok, the algorithm with just your videos, like the things that you get on there. Like once you've been on it for a little bit, the videos you get are just personalized to you, and it's so good. Like I don't know.
Why am I getting depressed?
I know.
See, I've been staying delusional because I swear the last 2 years, like in January, they're like, oh, TikTok's getting banned this year, and it hasn't. So I'm pretending that this is another one of those.
Be fake.
Yeah.
Please be fake.
And also, like,
I said it's like the apocalypse, like when people planned on it. I'm like, one of those New Year's my cousins were like sleeping with guns in their bed, never came. So can this just be like that, please?
No, literally. And we just started this podcast, and I feel like TikTok is our best
way to get it out there. Like,
to advertise and get
I don't
new.
think on Instagram, if we posted something, like, it would be blown up as much as TikTok can do.
No,
it.
never. Even like doing and researching hashtags and things, like, that's still not gonna help. And like just one video, like we did a photo shoot, which we mentioned in our last TikTok, and I used those photos to do a TikTok, like introducing us in Laced with Literature, and it's gotten like 10,000 views, which I mean,
it's 11,000. Wait,
is it 11 now? Which
see.
I mean, to other people that might not sound like a lot, but that's a lot to us, and we've gotten 600.
12,000 views.
Shut up.
Yeah, we have 723 followers.
Stop.
And when we posted that, we had 42. So that is crazy for us.
700
like,
new followers.
That's amazing. And when we first posted the pod, we're like, it's gonna be like 2 people watching. And I remember we got like 6 views on the pod, and we were like, oh my gosh, like 6 people
listen to us.
I looked on it earlier today, and we had 156 streams on YouTube, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Dude,
that's insane.
And that's
like,
all because of TikTok. Like,
yeah. I guarantee you we didn't reach those people on Instagram.
No, never. Like, oh man, I'm just gonna be so bummed. And all these new followers on TikTok, they're all commenting to me and like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I found you guys. I'm like, these could be like genuine internet friends, and it might just get taken away from us.
Commenting, I'm gonna miss you guys. Please go to Instagram.
Please follow us.
Follow
we
us
still
on
want to be
Instagram.
besties.
Hang out with us until we find a new TikTok platform and we can all gather there.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, like, what are they gonna call it? It won't be Book Talk anymore. Book Talk is dead.
Oh no!
What is
it? Booksta.
And Booksta.
Booksta.
It's not the same.
Follow us on Booksta. Yeah, I'm gonna
Books A Million's gonna have to change all their banners.
You're right.
I seen on Book Talk. No, I was gonna say Booksta. Terrible.
See, I have a Bookstagram, like a personal one, before we even did this, and I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on Bookstagram to just like
have a pretty feed.
And to read all like so many types of books and like read as fast as you can, just so you have content to post. For some reason I feel like there's more pressure on Instagram than there is TikTok.
I never had a book outlet on social media until this account, and I'm eating it up. Like, I love it. I'm like Lexi, can I just post everything on here? She's like, are we gonna treat it like a book talk, a booksta, or Bookstagram or whatever? Are we going to like just talk about the pod and stuff? And I was like, dude, I would love to do more than that, and I'm glad that we are.
I think we're gonna
it's so
do
fun.
more like just booksta stuff.
Yeah, just like other stuff plus the pod. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like if we're just talking about the podcast, it's kind of boring for you guys. Like,
yeah. And also, we're probably going to start talking more about just, like, life on the podcast, too, I think. Just because I think it would be easy to run out of, like, content ideas, like, strictly only talking about book things. And I think it'd be more fun. Like, I know for me personally, the podcasts that I listen to, like my favorite book podcasts, they talk about themselves and their lives, and I love that. It's like a weekly meetup with my internet friends, even though they don't know who I am. I personally love that as a viewer.
Yeah, and we, I mean, even in this podcast, we talked a little bit more about ourselves, and we're really wanting to try to do a weekly episode. So the goal after this week, so pretty consistently, I think the first 2 episodes we posted on a Sunday, so we're going to try to start posting on Sundays.
And we also talked about the first episode of every month. So the first Sunday of every month is going to be our TBR. Like previous month wrap up. So all the books we read the previous month, and then what we want to read in this current month.
Yeah, so we'll have like certain things we'll do certain weeks once we figure that out.
Yeah, so February will be our first month for that. So we'll do a January wrap up and a February TBR the first Sunday of February.
So tune in the first Sunday of February, but please don't leave us if TikTok gets taken down.
Yeah, follow us to Instagram and Fable, because I deleted Goodreads. I'm not on Goodreads anymore.
I deleted the app.
I'm a Fable girly.
Fable is so fun. I was even saying how I never did a single book review on Goodreads because I just like didn't feel the need to. It is so fun to review books on Fable. I'm writing essays about these books at the
Fable
end.
feels like a social media app because there's a news feed where you can like just post about books.
And you can like other people's reviews. I'm
And
pretty sure you can
comment.
probably do that on Goodreads too. It's just not as good. Like, and it's just pretty and it's aesthetic and it's fun and the little emojis that you put with the books.
You can't post like pictures and videos and things on Goodreads though.
Oh, I don't know.
And like on Fable, if you're reading, you're like, oh my gosh, this quote. Like you can just post the quote.
Yeah.
And it
I
just
love
reaches
Fable.
other people.
Love Fable. Thanks for tuning in to This or That, episode 3 of Laced with Literature.
So glad you guys are here. And if you came from TikTok, thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. And again, all of our socials and everything where you can find us will be in the description. So that's all.
Bye.
Bye.